Cheers to another festival program.
Cheers, I'll drink to that.
2013.
I think it's gonna be a great year. You know, I think a lot of hard work went into selecting these films that we have this year. There was a record number of submissions. You know, we hit over 12,000, so it's pretty daunting when you think about the amount of time we have to cover all of those.
Definitely cream will rise. It's a cream will rise. I think you just have to sit back and wait for it to happen.
Some of those films, you know, especially in all the different sections, from our next to our premieres to our docs, like even our midnights and New Frontier, I think there was a lot of truly distinctive visions this year that I think will kind of define a really amazing festival.
I think that our premieres came in particularly strong. A lot of returning filmmakers.
For me personally, one of the films I'm most excited to have in the festival is Rick Linklater's new film, Before Midnight, which his Before Sunrise opened the festival in 1995.
And then there's Joseph Gordon-Levitt that's coming with his directorial debut, which is a really exciting film to have in the festival. And a lot of international filmmakers.
Yeah, I know. I feel lucky to have some of the international talent that we have at the festival this year. We've got guys like Michael Winterbottom, Park Chan-wook.
I'm a little afraid. You know, a little nervous. I'm a little nervous to meet them. They're such like heroes of the independent film world.
It's a little intimidating, especially you throw out like Jane Campion as well.
And actors who are coming from pretty solid careers on their own, coming in and choosing to do independent film, which is exciting.
Ashton Kutcher in our closing night film, Jobs, about Steve Jobs. You know, he dedicates himself to that role in a way that I haven't seen him before.
There seems to be a maturation of the independent film community.
I think that's going to be a real exhilarating ride, and they'll get a real glimpse at what's happening in the international film world.
Here's to documentaries.
Here's to documentaries.
The celebration of documentaries at Sundance, now and forever.
Yeah. Yes.
It's funny, we don't set out to hit the issues, but we end up hitting the topics that are on Americans' minds, on people's minds across the globe.
Yeah, like Inequality for All is one of those.
There are like a few documentaries in the program this year that are really looking at that question of like economics and democracy. Citizen Coke, which is about Citizens United, that really changed democracy, and they kind of show that bearing out in Wisconsin.
Did you even understand how deep it was until that movie?
You start understanding something.
It seemed like a jumble of words, and then all of a sudden, oh, this is real.
All those films together are questioning what makes a good society.
But then there's like a film like Cutie and the Boxer.
Yeah, it's just about the artistic process and a relationship between two now elderly Japanese artists living in New York City, in Soho.
But what made that film pop?
All the dynamics of their relationship.
Yeah, film can like pull out a kind of a complete narrative.
But film, it takes a certain filmmaker to be able to draw that out too, and earn trust.
And I think one of the masters of that is Barbara Koppel, who is in the festival this year with Running from Crazy, which is
about Hemingway. About the whole Hemingway legacy.
Yeah, their legacy of of mental illness and suicide within their family.
We have a lot of what I refer to as experiential docs. For instance, Summit. It's about mountain climbers on K2, some of whom didn't make it, and you experience and think about, oh my God, what would I have done?
I do think we have something for everyone this year.
Yeah.
If you look at the subjects in the documentaries, like there's a wide range of subjects and stories there.
Let's talk a little bit about the narratives, especially the American competition, which, we get a lot of energy around that program.
The ones that sort of stood out tend to be the ones that have a real personal perspective.
Does it make you a little nervous to meet the lifeguard director? Because if that's a personal story, that's pretty out there. It's about, a woman in her 30s returning to town, taking her old job back, and then sleeping with like a 17-year-old, basically, right?
Yeah, teenager.
Teenager. That's pretty edgy.
Yeah, well, and we have plenty of edge in the whole program. You know, I think that's especially even around sexuality and sexual relationships.
Well, I mean, one thing we haven't said is that half of the directors in competition are women. You could tell that somehow there was a perspective that was fresh on maybe stories you've seen before. But
Stories are informed by a woman director.
I agree.
Yeah.
You know, we talk a lot about the American films, but just on the other side, we're really growing our international competition. I mean, it's almost a whole nother set of criteria and workload that we take on to find the world. You guys travel a lot.
Shar, you've gone to
Chile.
It's Chile. Such an exciting wave coming out of there.
It's like a birth of a new national cinema. It's really exciting. And we're showing a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I mean, Sebastian Silva's Crystal Fairy. I mean, he just really has like a subaltern sense of humor that is really fresh.
You know, we have the competition, but then there's the other section, which is next.
They talk about distinct points of view, unique looks, takes on the world, like Milkshake. You know? Yeah. I mean, that's
pretty unique.
You know, I think that's going to probably stir some controversy about the grandson of Al Jolson wanting to be black. Fascinating.
We talk about how filmmakers take risks. We talk about how maybe actors and take risks, but like the audience should take a risk as well. You don't know what it's going to be, but like that's your part of the bargain. Your part of the bargain is, as audience, go take a risk. Go see a next film.
Definitely.
I guarantee you'll enjoy it, or your money back. Come see me. Come see me. I'll give you your $15.
I think I'm really ready to show these films to an audience. I feel like they've been hours. We've gone through the process. Now let's get them out to the audience and see how they play. I think it's going to be a really incredible festival for that.
Yeah, I think an incredible festival and an incredible year in film, which is really, I think Sundance is the beginning point for that.
Let's kick it off and get it going.
Cheers.
Yes.